Chiefs Kingdom, how's it going? Welcome to our Tuesday live show. We appreciate you joining us. I already see a couple of legends in the chat, but you know the drill. It's playoff time, so it's the playoff edition of Who You Got. Type KC if you got the Chiefs. Type MIA if for some reason you have the Miami Dolphins. But listen, we're on the Chiefs Report. It's a happy Tuesday, so do me a favor and just start spamming those KCs. We got 45 people, which means 45 plus KCs. I want everybody spamming it as much as humanly possible, so keep going. Hit that freaking like button. I want you to do it every single time. We got Strike, Kevin Sims. We got Amy Hollenbeck, Tony Fuentes, Time in the Buckeye, Lisa Cheney, Ekoa, Sam. Everybody spamming those KCs. Paul D. Amos, Tony Fuentes, Paul, Tyman, Joaquin. Everybody starts spamming those KCs. I absolutely love to see it as we're getting the people rolling in. We're having more people join us here on this Tuesday live show. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk the latest on the injury news, the latest on the press conferences, plus a mailbag where we get to talk to you about our Kansas City Chiefs and understand what the fan base is thinking and what all questions you have going into the wild card round. Keep those KCs rolling. I love to see it from Ann Sadat, Mayor Fisher, and then we got Tony Fuentes and Tyman and Paul still spamming those KCs. Ekoa, Four Keeps, all hanging out with us. We're getting things rolling, and I'm telling you what, today is going to be a good day. Well, we got the KCs. Let's start flipping those to your city. I want you to shout out your city. Let me know where you're watching from. We're trying to get this chat rolling. I want to have a fun, so if you're here and you're not typing in the chat, man, what are you doing? I want to talk to you. I want to have fun. I'm giving shout-outs to everybody. I'm looking, going. We're having a good time. Tony, feeling a little better. You can tell the voice is getting better. Still not 100%, though, so it's okay. A.N. Sadak, Kevin Sims, Tony Fuentes, Louis Cutbirth from Mexico, Missouri. We got Mayor from New York City. We got Ann from Lee's Summit, Lubbock, Texas, from Joaquin saying, guns up, baby. And then we got Ty Man the Buckeye saying, OHIO. Tony Fuentes from Dallas and Paul Amos from Tonganoxie, Kansas. Jay Coa from Republic, Missouri. We got Amy from Chiefs Kingdom. You are from Chiefs Kingdom, but you are from Kansas City, Missouri. We got Ty Man. We got Loki from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Catoosa. Catoosa, that's an Oklahoma time right there. That's an Oklahoma time right there. And you know what's funny is I know a lot about Oklahoma towns, but you got the Oklahoma combo today. You got Sam Brown finally back with us. How we doing?
Oh, I missed the Chiefs Report family, that's for sure. It's been a few weeks away from the show. Been a busy few weeks for me.
Yeah.
Managed to finally get back, relax with Chiefs Kingdom. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited for some playoff football. More than anything, it's been far too long. Let's see if this Chiefs team shows up. You know, this was a little bit of the situation last year where, hey, wasn't the best team during the regular season, and then, you know, Patrick Mahomes shows up during the playoffs and everything's all fine and dandy. But it feels like a little bit of a different energy given how the last couple months have gone with this team.
Every week has been a question mark of will the Chiefs offense finally figure it out? Can they get it going? Well, guess what? There is no finally figure it out. There is no can you get it going. It is win or go home. You figure it out or it's over. Now's the time.
And to be fair, I think this is a solid matchup to try and start figuring it out, right?
100%.
You had of the wild card teams you could have played with, this team has the worst defense, and they're banged up.
Gosh,
so
they're injured.
this could be almost a little bit of a get right game for Kansas City's offense. Now,
Defense said that
still
a lot this year.
Defense, yeah, I know. Defense still has to show up.
Correct.
No doubt about it.
You can't. Tyreek had mentioned a lot about coming back to Arrowhead Stadium. Well, guess what? He gets to do it after all. He talked a lot about it. Now he's here. So I tell you what. I know this is a get-right game. I know this is one we think the Chiefs can win. But I need your help, and I think we need everybody on the right page here. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, like the video here. We're trying to get as many likes. We got 70 people of the Chiefs Kingdom here. And I'm telling you what, if we get that like button hit, more Chiefs members are going to come joining us. More Chiefs members are going to come and watch this show, hang out with us, and talk Kansas City. So if you aren't liking the video right now, then I don't know what you're doing. Go down there. Don't be the jinx. Hit that like button. I'd certainly appreciate it. Plus, you're doing yourself a favor as every like increases the Chiefs' chances to win this game on Wild Card Weekend against the Miami Dolphins. So hit that like button. We're already at 19 likes. Let's get to 20 right now. Keep hitting that like button. I'd certainly appreciate it. Let's get it going, guys.
Happy early birthday, Tony.
Happy birthday, Tony.
And
Let's
hi,
go.
Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Great to be back. She said, welcome back.
Oh yeah. Tammy, a legend.
I've been...
Fun fact, Tammy is second on our January board.
Oh,
Wanna know
is she
who's
now?
first? Ronald.
Who could have thought? Who could have seen that coming?
He's at 21, one ahead of Tammy.
Hey, yeah, the bar's got to start somewhere.
It's got to start. Speaking of which, before we move on, I did have a little special sneak peek for our Tuesday live show members. By the way, oh my gosh. You're joking. Hunky Jace, a.k.a. what is this? Lennon, you surprise me every single week. What's up, Jace? Also, we win the Super Bowl. I love it. Let's go, Lennon. I really appreciate it, man. $2 super chat. I certainly appreciate it, Lennon. I gotta be honest, Lennon. I don't know how you do it. Every week, you're coming in here with amazing things. Great picture, by the way. Where did you get that from? That's just my head plopped onto something, but I love it. That's just
I
insane.
love the Photoshop. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, I can. I see my face, and it says catching Jace.
Yeah.
What is that a tie to, though?
That's got to be some sort of
Catching
like
the
reality TV love show. I don't know.
Catching love? You got it. Catching Kelsey?
You're asking me for the
It's
answer,
catching
maybe.
Kelsey?
That's got to be it. That's
got
got
to
to
be catching Kelsey. Well, Lennon, I know you super chatted. I did want to give a sneak peek for our MVP item for the playoff game against the Dolphins. It's pretty nice if you ask me. We
That
got a
looks
sign,
sick.
an engraved little Chiefs photo frame from Super Bowl last year of Mahomes and Kelsey. And listen, the bosses may not like it. I'm going to do something. Money today counts towards the MVP item for Sunday. So guess what, Lennon? $2 super chat? You're in the lead to win this bad boy.
You're in.
You're in. We're also going to have a raffle on Saturday night. Excuse me, I've been saying Sunday. Saturday night. So that's pretty awesome. But get in. Right now, you're the leader for this engraved Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce photo. You're the leader right now. So, hey, there you go. Plus, on top of which, you know the deal. You've been here long enough, Lennon, that you knew what was coming. You knew that if you super chatted, you were going to get a special token from me and from Sam. So, without further ado, I know my voice is hoarse, but let's get it going. Lennon. Woo! Let's go.
That feels good. It's been too long since I've done that.
I feel good. But there you go, Lennon. I made a special deal. I don't know what the boss will like it, but I'm saying any money today counts toward the MVP money for this upcoming Saturday's game. If you have the most money over this stream and Saturday's stream, you're going to get this engraved Chiefs Super Bowl picture with none other than Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I saw the question. Kelce is playing on Sunday, or rather Saturday. Gosh dang it, that's such hard to say. Saturday. Chiefs haven't had the Saturday game all year. They've had Monday games, had freaking Thursday games. No Saturday games, but hey, that's all right.
By the way, you could be cool like Lennon and send in a super chat and get on the leaderboard to win the photo. You could also use hashtag Chiefs. We do have a mailbag coming later. It's coming a little earlier than usual today.
But
we want to make
more
sure.
Questions.
Yeah, we want to make sure we stay flexible later in the week for injury updates and all that good stuff for you guys. But hashtag Chiefs. Skip the quay if you want to send in a super chat. You can get it in the show.
You surprised me with that one. I was not expecting it. I
Yeah,
got to be honest.
I caught you off your toes.
I got to
It's been
be
a while
honest.
since
Was
I've been
not
back.
expecting that.
Skip the queue if you'd like,
There
or
you
the
go.
quay. The queue or the quay, whichever one you like. Get on the show. We're going to have the mailbag here in about 15-ish minutes or so. So a little bit earlier than usual today. Hashtag Chiefs, then your question.
Or you can super chat, skip the line, just like Lennon did. Lennon, if you got a question, I can honor that, honestly. You didn't put a question in there. If you use hashtag Chiefs, I'll tell Sam to make sure we get you in there. So if you have a question, you wanted to put it in. Tammy Jackson with a $10 super chat takes the lead on the January leaderboard, saying, Ronald, I hope you're not here. Along with, she gets on top of the MVP board for Saturday's game. I'm telling you what, Tammy, I don't see Ronald in the chat. Which means you are on top of the January leaderboard at $30 with Ronald at 21. Man, Tammy, you take the lead. You take the lead. And Tammy, 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 Tammy. Let's go. Let's go. I love it, Tammy. Well, there you go. Not only are you atop the January leaderboard, you're atop the MVP board, and you got a personalized Chiefs job. I mean, what could be better than that?
I'd be on top of the world right now if I was doing that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Tammy, I'm sure, is just riding high. She's got Sam back. She's on top of both leaderboards. She's having a good day. It's a good day to be Tammy.
It's a good day for a great day. I'll say that.
Good day for a great day. It's a good day for a great day.
I got one more question for Chiefs Kingdom before we get into today's show. Get your question in. #Chiefs, super chat. Get in the line. What's your confidence level in the receiver room? The correct answer...
Is there a correct answer?
The correct answer is...
Less than 7.
The correct answer is no.
There's no scale. It's just no. Oh, my God.
I don't know who's going to make the big play. I mean, it should be Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
What if it, in an odd world, we're not rooting for this, but Rashee Rice, high ankle sprain, first game. No, I'm not like, I would hate for that. Who in the receiver room would step up and make the big play? There is no answer.
I actually have one. I know you
I'd love it, yeah.
You weren't with us on Sunday, so you probably wouldn't know. McCole Hardman balled out.
McCole Hardman balled out. I'd be down for that. He's almost in the role that Kadarius Toney was supposed to be. So
maybe it is McCole, because he had, I think, 6 catches for over 40 yards. This guy was looking good, made some tough catches. I think if it's not Rashee, it's probably McCole. So it's a tough ask, though, but I think I like Hardman. I like what I've seen from him. So let's get going here as we got Tony Fuentes having the 8s. And I've seen a lot of 8s. Brian Gales saying 5 and saying, I like Hardman as my wide receiver. I like it. Amy, we're going to talk about injuries on our first segment here in just a minute. If you want to ask any questions about them, #Chiefs. We'll get the question on the mailbag as well. We can tell you more about that. Luca, what's up, my guy? Welcome back, my guy. Welcome back. 7 with the confidence level there. Lots of 8s from Paul and Tony. We got Kyrie saying 10. That's some confidence there. Tony, I unfortunately do not have cake, but I hope you do tomorrow for your birthday.
We are just fresh out of birthday cake at the office.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's been sitting in the fridge for weeks, and finally it got taken out.
I told Sam to go get some, but I think he forgot. It's all right, though. It's all right.
Not true.
You're right. I told our new intern to go get it, and he forgot. I feel like I'm in Kansas, and the wind in the East Tennessee is topped out at 33 miles an hour. Tie fly with 1169. Noise. I love it, tie fly. Fins will be shaking in their little booties come Saturday, and it won't just be from the temperature. Go Chiefs. Now tie fly's in the lead going up here on top of which. So, hey, tie fly, now you're in the lead for this Kansas City Chiefs engraved thing.
It's a wide open race.
It's wide open. I mean, Tammy's a 169 off right now of the lead. We got Lennon down in there as well and Tie Fly. I'm counting it. Chad Jameson is a first-time super chatter, which means we got a lot of stuff coming up here. But I think we owe Tie Fly something before Shad. So let's get this going here. Tie Fly, 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 Tie Fly.
Let's go.
And let's keep it rolling with Shad Jameson, who's a first-time super chatter, which is usually a Chiefs chop anyway, but you're on Tuesday, man, which means you get it anyway. Shad, 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 Shad,
Shad, Shad, Shad, Shad, Shad, Shad, Shad.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm having a good time so far. I'm not going to lie.
This is fun. This is one of the better live show starts we've ever had. And it's coming playoff time, which means it's perfect time. We appreciate you, Tammy. We appreciate you, Tyfly. We appreciate you, Shad. We appreciate you, Lennon. Y'all are all legends. Hey, we don't usually get the super chats going on Tuesday, but hey, with the little extra deal I'm giving, it's a good time to have a good time. We appreciate the question. Shad, I see your question. We'll make sure to get that one in there. But without further ado, let's start talking about what we got for today's show. We got Chiefs injury news, and we got press conference notes, and we got mailbag as well coming up. So I'm telling you what, it's going to be a good time. I'm telling you, it's going to have a good show. We got a lot of stuff coming up for you. And on top of which, we got some press conference notes. And I'm telling you, there's some juicy things. Patrick Mahomes talking. Chris Jones talking. Telling you, man. Telling you. Lewis, the Dolphins did just sign Justin Houston. Literally, they just signed the entire Chiefs defensive line. So, Justin Houston, Melvin Ingram, all play for the Chiefs. Maybe they're going to be sacrificial lambs, and they're not going to be good. So, we'll see what happens. But without further ado, I think we're ready to go. I know Sam's ready to go. So, I know y'all have been asking for it. We've been here for a while. We got 77 people watching. It's time for some Chiefs injury news. Let's get this show on the road. Chiefs Kingdom, it's playoff time, which means injury news is at the top of the agenda today on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Jace Andrews, and we've got a lot to talk about here, along with injury news, like I mentioned, on a couple of key players. Plus, we got some press conference notes for you. We got Patrick Mahomes talking about playing the Dolphins in a cold game. We got Chris Jones talking about his future. All of that coming up right here on the Chiefs Report. But listen, the first playoff practice was today, which means we got the first look at the injury report. Who was back at practice? Who wasn't at practice? What is exactly going on all around the Kansas City Chiefs heading into that wild card matchup on Saturday against the Miami Dolphins? And I'm telling you, if you want to stay up to date, if you want to know the injuries, any extra signings, anything going on with Kansas City throughout this entire playoffs run, which will hopefully be a long one. I hope Kansas City is playing into February. Well, then I'll tell you what, you're at the right place, and hit that subscribe button right now because we're keeping you updated every single step of the way. We got wild card. Hopefully we got divisional. We got the AFC Championship, and hopefully we're going to be right here for you and the Super Bowl watching our Kansas City Chiefs go to work. I'm telling you what, subscribe today. We got all of it for you, and the best place for it too, because we're having a fun time while giving you all the news about the Kansas City Chiefs. Without further ado, let's get into all the injury news with four guys who are back at practice today. We talked about these injuries yesterday on the Dolphins versus Chiefs preview, and it was Kadarius Toney with that hip and ankle, Rashee Rice hamstring, L'Jarius Sneed the calf, and Donovan Smith the neck. Those were the four guys that were injury designated out this past week versus the Chargers. Obviously, other guys were sitting out due to health concerns, wanted to make sure they would not get any injuries. Well, Toney, Rice, Sneed, and Smith were all out with injury designations. All four of them are back at practice. Toney's back, Rashee Rice is back, Sneed is back, and Smith is back. All good news, but there is also a little bit of bad news, but it's not as much as the good news. Now, Wanya Morris, who left this past Sunday's game against the Chargers with a concussion, will not practice today. The good news behind that, he had been starting in the place of Donovan Smith. Donovan Smith back at practice today. So in theory, you could just flip those around, and Morris with just a concussion hopefully will be available on Saturday for a depth option to back up Smith and anything else that might happen. We also talked about Jawan Taylor getting injured this past Sunday. He is also good at practice, no injury designation that we know of at this current time. Justin Ross left this past Sunday's game with a hamstring injury after a couple catches. He is not practicing on Tuesday. I honestly do not expect to see him in really any fashion over the playoffs. If we were going to see him, it would have been during this entire season. I know he had that little bit of a 6-game suspension, but at the same time, we haven't seen anything from him before. Playoffs is not the time to test anything out. So two guys who are tough to lose, but obviously you're pretty good considering the starters that I just mentioned are all back at practice. Speaking of those starters, the biggest one being Rashee Rice. He is a guy who I think could explode this playoffs. He already had a stellar regular season, putting up one of the best rookie wide receiver seasons that we saw this year, along with guys like Puka Nakua, even Jackson Smith and Jigma. I mean, this guy was a second-round pick and was putting up numbers that rivaled the first-round picks. 938 on the yards, and that's with sitting out the last game of the season. This guy easily could have been a 1,000-yard receiver if they played him and played everybody this past Sunday. 11.9 on the average is something that you love to see because that means he's not just catching the deep routes, he's catching the under routes. That's a good middle ground where you can tell he is an all-out wide receiver, can go ins, can go outs. Plus, the 7 touchdowns. I think it's an underrated stat. Given he scored the first touchdown of the year, I expect him to be very active inside the red zone because a lot of times these Dolphins players are going to be looking at Travis Kelce when the Chiefs get inside that red zone. Well, guess what? You have Rashee Rice. He's a threat there as well. You got to play both sides. I hope he is a factor. But the problem is, he's the only wide receiver I really trust this moment. We saw what McCole Hardman did this past Sunday, but are we going to see that again with the playoff level talent coming in? Well, I don't know, which is why the question keeps arising, and it's been all season long. But now, as the Chiefs head into the playoffs, what is your confidence level in this wide receiver room for the Chiefs? You have Rashee Rice, Kadarius Toney, MVS, McCole Hardman, Sky Moore, who could be back maybe next week if the Chiefs are victorious against the Dolphins this next Saturday. A lot of names floating around. It's one of those things of who are you going to look to? Justin Watson, I mean, he had a couple of good games earlier in the season. We haven't seen him in the past 5 weeks. What's the confidence level in this Chiefs wide receiver room on a scale of 1 through 10? I want to know what you think in the comment section of today's video. So give me a number, scale of 1 through 10, confidence level in the Chiefs wide receiver room. Here's the thing that I like, and I think that maybe it could outweigh the maybe distrust in the wide receivers. You're almost back to full strength. You saw all those starters back. Obviously, Wanya Morris is not going to be out there, and he's been a star for the past 4 weeks now. But at the same time, the guy who was replacing Donovan Smith should be back. Justin Ross, not a starter, obviously stinks, but you're pretty much back to full strength. The one guy who, unfortunately, we got some news on, and I'm not sure it's going to be the greatest news. It was Brian Cook. Now, he was injured back in Week 13, and he was looking to make his return sometime during the playoffs. That was originally the hope. People talked about how, given the Chiefs made some roster moves around the safety position, they thought, well, you know what? It's probably going to be a good time that he could come back. Unfortunately, though, we did get an update today, and the update was not exactly the greatest. Pete Sweeney reporting this from the Chiefs press conference saying they are not optimistic on safety Brian Cook returning this postseason, which stinks. I understand that obviously we have Mike Edwards, and the coverage in the cornerback room has been more than ideal, but Brian Cook made one of the biggest plays of the year on that little pitchback run up against the Dolphins, and now it looks like we're not going to see him, which in some ways I understand. I thought that injury sustained against the Packers was season ending, and somehow they still held out hope for him to possibly come back and play here. Well, now you don't get that. Now he's pretty positive he won't play, which it stinks, but at the same time, you have to come back here. You have to understand that it's better to not risk him going forward than to put him out there and let that ankle get torn up even more. I tell you what, before we move on in our show, got to tell you about one of our sponsors, an amazing sponsor, Factor Meals. And if you go to factor.com/ChiefsChat50, you're going to get 50% off. I'm telling you, you want to go check it out. And if you want to get energized with America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, then guess what? You can do it with Factor, as they can help fuel you up fast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals headed straight to your door and ready in just 2 minutes. All you got to do, heat and enjoy. They have over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons. You'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolution. Forget frantic lunch preps and rush dinners. Factor's 2-minute meals are your secret weapon in the new year. Fuel up fast with restaurant quality meals, all delivered right to your door. Now, if you need a special occasion meal, well, guess what? Factor's got you covered with Gourmet Plus as the perfect solution if you're looking for fast, upscale options done easy. So, do yourself a favor, head to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 and use code ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. That's code ChiefsChat50 at factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. We're going to put that in the comments and the description of today's video, just so you have it right in front of you. Go click that link and get your 50% off right now. We talked about it yesterday, about the frigid scenario that we're going to be seeing, the weather in Arrowhead. And it was an important topic today when the media finally got to talk to Patrick Mahomes, to Chris Jones, to Andy Reid. Because, listen, 10 degrees with a negative 8-degree wind chill and gust up to 39 miles an hour, it's not exactly the greatest weather to be playing football in. Football weather is good. It's cold. It's snowy. But the 29-mile-an-hour wind, that's what's going to hurt. Patrick Mahomes was asked about this. And he had some things to say, saying, if there's an opportunity to go outside, Coach Reid is going to have you go outside during the cold. You kind of just adapt to it. The cold weather in a stadium like Arrowhead, you know you're really playing football. I like that comment because it seems like he's positive, but I go back to one thing that we talked about in the preview. Running could be a big key in this game. Obviously, the Chiefs are going to air it out, but I think what's funny is the Chiefs are somewhat already alluding to their game plan, and it's Tuesday, which I kind of like because it shows confidence, but I'm interested to see how it works out. They also asked Patrick Mahomes, saying, we're going to have to hit deep shots this week in order to win the football game. So it's interesting. I think running is going to be a key, but obviously Mahomes talking about deep shots with a beaten up, battered up Dolphins secondary. It's going to be an interesting mix. And so I think it's kind of an interesting question to ask. I want your take on it. What's going to be the bigger key versus Miami this Saturday in Arrowhead Stadium? Is it going to be the passing game? Well, I want you to type P. Is it going to be the running game? That I want you to type R. Because they've kind of given us a little bit of an insight. They're going to hammer it home with Pacheco, and then when they have times that they feel like they can't, they're going to take deep shots. They're going to go to Rashee Rice. They may go to McCole Hardman. I hate to say it, they may go to MVS, Kadarius Toney, guys that really have been drop heavy this year. They may give them an extra shot. And hey, if it works in the playoffs, all could be forgiven. Now, we'll see if that actually does happen, but I'm interested to see what is more important, type P for the passing game, type R for the running game. Let's take a look at the in-depth stats on this to kind of see how this is split up. Now, the Chiefs ranked 6th in passing yards per game at 246.4, and rushing yards, they are 19th with over 100 yards, 104.9. So, obviously, both options are available to you. I think what's funny, though, is a lot of people talk about how the Chiefs' offense is so bad this year. The Chiefs' offense is right. Mahomes is so like a normal person without these wide receivers. Yet, he is somehow still 6th in passing yards in the league with these receivers. I think that should tell you all you need to know about what type of player Patrick Mahomes is. And that's a good one. I'm telling you, we're going to see both sides of it this Saturday, and I'm excited to see the deep shots, but I'm also excited to see Isaiah Pacheco run with his entire body. You've seen the memes. You know what I'm talking about. We also did talk about Chris Jones early in the show. Let's talk about what exactly he said and why we brought him up. Because, well, today he was talking about, with the media, his potential future with Kansas City. As I was kind of surprised to see it, but he said, could be my last game at Arrowhead. Who knows? He did say, or rather went on to say that he stresses it all about the game in postseason, said that from this reporter, he hadn't crossed his mind that this could be his last game, and he can't really think about the future because the future tends to change, which I do agree with. Obviously, last season, when the Super Bowl ending and then his holdout, there was a lot of things that changed. I mean, a lot of people said that Chris Jones was going to end his holdout in week 4. He ended it after 1 week. I mean, it was kind of crazy. There's a lot of things that have happened this season. I will say this. Hopefully it won't be. And I say that in 2 meanings. The first one being there's still a shot that Kansas City gets another home game at Arrowhead this year. All that would need to happen is the Steelers taking out the Bills. Then in that case, potential, you could go play either the Browns or the Texans in Arrowhead. That's also potential. But the more likely scenario, Bills beat the Steelers, you're the 3 with the 1 and 2 left, you're going on the road to play in Orchard Park against the Buffalo Bills. I also hope he could just come back next season. So, two sides to that story. Hopefully, we'll see him in Arrowhead once again. But overall, the future is in the future, and let's leave that there. Right now, it's playoff time. You got to worry about Miami, and you got to win this game Saturday to keep your season alive. And I'm telling you, Mahomes is ready, Chris Jones is ready, I'm ready, and I hope you're ready too. Make sure you're subscribed so you get to join us on Saturday. I know it's on Peacock. Guess what? We got you covered. We're going to have a live watch party right here on the Chiefs Report. Hit that subscribe button. We'll keep you covered, and we'll see you on Saturday, or we'll see you throughout the week with some more injury updates. But that's what we got for you today, Chiefs Kingdom. As always, peace out. All right, guys. What do we think? Thinking passing game or run game is more important? You know all is forgiven if Tony or MVS can make one big play. I'm telling you, Tommy, one big play is all it takes. MVS or Tony make a huge play in the playoffs to secure a victory or something like that, nobody's going to remember about the drops. Everybody in 2 months will forget about it. Everybody. They make one big play. Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Doesn't matter. No one's going to care. No one's going to remember. But you got to do it. You got to do it. I'm seeing a lot of P's from Tony, Rod Michael, Luca. I also got an R from Rod Michael saying running as well. Jerome Bunker saying P for passing game. Paul Amos saying PR, saying both. I like that option. Kevin Sims saying P. Tony Fuentes saying P. I think overall the passing game probably going to be pretty important. I think overall, is it's going to be important to sling the rock. You have Isaiah Pacheco, who can definitely run the ball, but I think to open up the running game, you really need Patrick Mahomes to kind of take some deep shots and be able to get up and get going. So hopefully that's the way. I'm hoping it's a good way. And I tell you what, it's a fun time to have a fun time. So let's get this thing going. And listen, it's fun. I'm interested to see both sides of this game. And I'm telling you what, either way, this guy and this guy are going to run the offense. I love Travis Kelce. I love Rashee Rice. It's going to be all up to Patrick Mahomes and Isaiah Pacheco to get this offense moving and to be able to hopefully get this team in the win column and move on to the divisional round after the wild card and potentially head to Orchard Park to take on the potential of the Bills, baby. So that's what we'll see, and we will. I was just wait. Gotta be honest. Gotta win this game first. Get those question ins. Where can we get question ins?
You got this, Jace. It's English.
Good gosh. Hey, it's all right. It's all right. We're getting things going. It's just taking some time.
Skip the quay if you want.
Like you. Good gosh. Let me wrap this sucker back up. Hold on. It fell during our live show.
Hashtag Chiefs. Send in a super chat to skip the line. Get on the show.
Scooper chat.
Let me see who I can guarantee is going to get on the show.
Yeah, who's getting on?
I can guarantee that TH, Shad Jameson, Tony Fuentes, and Daryl Daniel will be on today's show. Jerome Bunkers as well.
Hey.
So those are the 5 people that I guarantee will be on the show. There's 2 ways to get on. Hashtag Chiefs, or you can skip the line, send in a super chat, get yourself in the running to win this awesome engraved Chiefs Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce picture. You just put it back in bubble wrap, but it looks sick as hell.
It does. I wanted to. It fell, and I really didn't want it to break before Saturday. That'd be tragic.
I think, yeah, that's probably the smart move.
So it fell during there, and I was like, oh, can't really stop this, but it's all right.
And of course, any super chat you send in, get a little personalized Chiefs shop. Shout out to Lennon, a.k.a. Hunky Jace, Tammy Jackson, Ty Fly, and Shad Jameson. They all got super chats in earlier.
By the way, did we ever figure out, was that catching Kelce? Did he confirm that?
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. There's no other catching.
Correct.
I knew it was I don't know why catching Kelce wasn't what came to mind, but all I was thinking was reality TV show Love Show.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Back when he still had hair.
Yeah, before he shaved it off.
Hey, it's a good look.
It is.
Travis pulls it off.
Where was that even on, catching Kelce?
Dude, I think it was probably on
Was it
is it sad that the first thing that came to mind was Comedy Central? Is ironic, maybe. No, it was probably on
TLC.
Yeah, something like that, or AMC or something.
Yeah. Anyway, but either way, that is definitely what it was, though, 100%. So keep getting those questions in. We're going to answer them. We got a little bit of time, so tell you what, we're going to do a mailbag, and then on top of which, given it's a little shorter of a show, after we're done with the mailbag, I know usually we have some questions that we're not able to fit into the show. We'll answer some on the back end of this as well. So we'll answer some in the cut here, just a second, kind of talking about them. And then after that, we're going to keep answering questions. We're going to keep talking to you. If you got some fun comments, hey, if you got a personal question for Sam, now's the time. If you want to ask him what his firstborn's name will be.
Jeez. That's a lot of pressure.
Would it be Baker Mayfield?
I don't think I have a good answer. Baker's not a bad name. Although Baker Brown is...
That's actually kind of funny.
That's a football name, I'll say.
That's a football name, or that dude's going to make the best cake ever.
Oh.
Baker Brown?
Maybe we can send it to Tony Fuentes for his birthday.
Baker Brown would make cake like nothing else.
Baker's a good name.
That sounds like a book name. Baker Brown.
I'll take Stephen. Steph for short.
Steph Brown.
Yeah, be the greatest white shooter in NBA history. Stephen. It took a second for the dots to connect there, huh?
I was sitting there. Well, I knew what you were saying. I was just like, all right. Oh, boy.
I don't know. That's a tough one. If I'm lucky, I am not having kids anytime soon.
Fair enough.
I got a lot of shit to handle. You're telling me I'm supposed to take care of a whole nother human being?
I mean, you take care of me every Tuesday.
I'm practically taking care of you right now, you sick boy.
I'm not sick. I don't feel sick. My voice is just gone. Said this for 3 days. I literally feel fine. I can't do this if I'm sick, right? I just can't talk, unfortunately.
I think you could do it if you're sick.
No, because you've seen me when I was sick.
Yeah.
Because there's been twice where I've been like on the floor.
Here,
I will
Tony.
Get sick. When I get sick, I'm a baby.
Tony, I'm going to put Jace's Twitter. I don't know if you follow Jace on Twitter already.
He does. Or Instagram, Tony. I know you follow me on there too.
Yeah, just send him one on the DMs. Slide in the DMs.
You want to slide into Sam's DMs?
DMs are loaded. Yeah, they're full.
Yeah, all those Oklahoma chicks.
No, I hope not.
I hope not. I don't know, man. Hey, Sam, when did you graduate college?
You know what my type is? Chiefs fan.
Yeah! Let's go. Let's go. Hey, did you hear that? Tammy, you want Sam?
That's just funny. That's just funny.
Oh, boy.
Tammy, Luca, you might like me. You might just hate my work hours.
Yeah. He works from 6 to 6 every day, so.
Some people love the grind more than others, man. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah. Sam's a grinder. What can I say?
Like a meat grinder. Just all day long. We're just grinding away.
Yeah,
that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head, unless you wanted to go the other route.
Tammy says I'm too funny. Appreciate it.
So, mailbag time?
It is mailbag time.
That was an entertaining conversation.
I will say, Luca, I see that question. I like that question. I'll tell Sam, let's make sure we get that one in. I actually like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's getting on there.
That's a good one.
He's had a couple good ones, Luca. Yeah. You might be so lucky to get on the show more than once.
The past 2 weeks, you're missing stuff. Luca's been a guy the past 2 weeks. Luca's been on here asking questions on Tuesday.
We got a new dog in the chat.
What's funny is, Luca, I haven't seen you on Saturdays for the games, but I've seen him every Tuesday asking some fire questions.
The Chiefs have played on Sundays recently, so that makes sense. Yes. But they do play this Saturday.
Yes. Anyway, let's get going with the mailbag here. I think we've had enough of a lot of fun. Some people would call it crazy fun, but that's all right. We're having fun out of the way. We got enough questions, right, Sam? We're good, you think? Sweet. All right, we're going to get this mailbag going. Keep asking questions, though. Like I said, questions, though. Like I said, given it's only a 2-segment live show, we'll keep answering some questions after the show is over if you want to keep going. But for now, we got enough questions. Let's get it going. Chiefs versus Dolphins. We're 1 day away from the wild card matchup where it will be win or go home for Kansas City. And guess what? It's time to answer some of the loaded questions Chiefs Kingdom has about the game, about the future of the Chiefs, and how this team can improve within the playoffs, along with after the playoffs. All that coming out here as it's my favorite time of the week. We get to talk to you. We get to answer some Chiefs questions. So let's get this show on the road. First question comes in from TH saying, what's your score prediction. I know it's cold, but I got to be honest. I'm an over-type man. So I'm saying 27-21 Kansas City, late touchdown by Miami to make it that close to the game. 27-14, late touchdown to make it 27-21. That's my score prediction. Chiefs on top. They're headed to the divisional to take on, bigger prediction, the Texans, because the Steelers are going to take out the Bills. Hot take. I know, crazy. Shad Jameson coming in here with which Chiefs players have the best chance to make All-Pro. One guy who I want to talk about this real quick. Rashee Sneed needs to be All-Pro. He was snubbed from the Pro Bowl, which, by the way, the Pro Bowl means nothing. It does mean literally nothing. But he was snubbed. He was a way better corner than anybody else in the Pro Bowl, than Jalen Ramsey, who was selected. And so I think Rashee Sneed has a huge chance to be All-Pro. Chris Jones has a chance to be All-Pro. I think George Karlaftis has a chance to be All-Pro. I would like to say Nick Bolton, but because of his injuries, I don't think he will become All-Pro. I think overall Rashee Rice could end up on maybe a second team, third team there. We'll tell you what, he could be on there. I don't know exactly though, but I'm thinking Rashee Sneed needs to be All-Pro. I don't know why he wasn't a Pro Bowl selection. This guy has been locked down, and he's locked down the likes of Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, and he could do it again this Saturday. Rashee Sneed, my gripe of the day, was not a Pro Bowl member. He has the best shot to be an All-Pro player for the Kansas City Chiefs. Lady Lie coming with a question saying, what's your biggest concern with the Chiefs heading into playoffs? I think this could go a lot of different ways because the obvious answer is simple. Wide receivers. But there is part of me that is concerned more about the Chiefs' run defense because their defense as a whole has been stellar. But if there is a side that somebody has gone to and picked and said that's worse, not as good as the passing defense, it's going to be the running defense. So given there's a lot of good running backs and facing the Dolphins this weekend, you got two really stellar running backs with Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert. I'm kind of scared about what they could do, especially in a cold game, potential snow conditions, lots of stuff in that way. So I think overall, obvious answer, wide receivers, less obvious answer, run defense for the Kansas City Chiefs as they head in with a lot of people. I'll tell you what, though, I like this one, so let's open it up to everybody. What's your biggest concern with the Kansas City Chiefs heading into the playoffs? Is there something that kind of sparks your interest that says, hey, I don't like that. I don't like what we've seen over the past couple weeks. Well, then let me know in the comment section what's your biggest concern with the Chiefs as they head into the playoffs here in 2024. Next question, Daryl Daniel saying, is our defense healthy? Daryl, I appreciate you. So, injury report we had earlier this week. Just so you know, we're filming this on our Tuesday live show. So if you're watching this video on Friday, well, guess what? This is the information we have at this current moment. As of right now, everybody on defense is healthy besides Brian Cook. The Chiefs right now are not optimistic on having Brian Cook back for this playoff run at all. So I certainly don't expect him to be out there on tomorrow's game versus the Dolphins. But everybody else, good. Rashee Sneed, today, back at practice. Everybody who was injured, Nick Bolton, who's been injured a little bit this year, he is there. Trent McDuffie. We got Mike Edwards, Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, all of them playing at a stellar level, all of them healthy. So, again, we are filming this on our Tuesday live show. Could potentially change, but as of right now, everybody on the defense is at practice besides Brian Cook, who is unlikely to play. Luca coming in with a question saying, can Coach Spags be next head coach if Andy retires? Yes, but I don't think Andy will retire. There was a report this past weekend talking about Andy Reid, talking about the potential of him retiring. And there was a source close to Andy Reid that said, as long as he is healthy, as long as he is able, and as long as he is having a good time, which it seems like he is going to continue coaching for the Chiefs as long as they will have him. So I think Coach Spags could definitely be the next head coach if Coach Reid does retire. But I think the problem with this may be Andy may coach for the next couple of years, which would potentially have Coach Spags getting a head coaching job somewhere else before the Chiefs job opens up. The Dean Duo comes in with our next question saying, Would you rather play Dolphins or Bills, and why? Definitely the Dolphins because of two reasons. The first one being more with the Bills side, saying that the Bills, they are playing really good football. They are on a big win streak, 5-0. They already beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead one time this year. And overall, they're just firing on all cylinders, and they're locked in. Looking at their press conference after the Dolphins game, looking at the reaction to the win. It wasn't like, oh, we won the division. It was like, we expected to be here, and we screwed up in the beginning of the season. Now we're back on track. With the Dolphins, I'd rather play them, their side, because they're injured as heck. And obviously, we're not rooting for injuries. I never say that. But at the same time, you take advantage of what's in front of you. And the Dolphins are beaten up in every sense of the way. They have Javon Holland, who's been pretty banged up. Andrew Van Ginkel was ruled out for the game. Bradley Chubb has a torn ACL. I mean, there are guys left and right that have just been going down. They're making signings like nothing. They signed Justin Houston this past Tuesday. It's just crazy. I don't understand it. Lots going on with the Dolphins. But, hey, that's just my reasoning. I definitely think you would want to play the Dolphins over the Bills at this current time for a lot of big reasons, but the main one being the Bills firing on all cylinders, and the Dolphins being a lot more injured. You're in Arrowhead. Go take out these fins. Slice them right off. Before we move on to today's show, got to tell you about our sponsor, Factor Meals. If you head to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50, you're going to get 50% off. We're going to put that link in the description, in the comments. That way you can go click on that and get 50% off. I'm telling you what, go get started on your resolutions with Factor so that you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door with over 35-plus meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons. You'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Now, Factor offers loads of snack options as well, like breakfast, smoothies, juices, snacks, and more to keep you going no matter what. Now, especially when things get hectic, Factor is flexible. You can change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause, or even reschedule your deliveries at any time. I'm telling you what, go use that 50% off if you head to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 and use code ChiefsChat50. You're going to get that 50% off. That's the code ChiefsChat50 at factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. Like I mentioned, that'll be in the description and comments of today's video. Shad Jameson coming in with another good question, saying, what grade would you give Felix Enuduke Uzoma? He has been a ghost. Shad, 100%. I agree with you. He has been not on the field. But at the same time, I'm giving him a B. Because when he has been on the field, he's been playing lights out. He played this past Sunday in a very important role, had one of the highest snap counts of anybody on the field this past Sunday versus the Chargers, and was all over the ball. The reason he's not playing is because of the play of George Karlaftis, of Chris Jones, of Mike Dana, of Derek Nottie. This defensive front for the Chiefs was so much better than they expected, and they just had FAU in the wings. I think he will be a key guy, and everybody was quick to push him away. Everybody was quick to say, oh, that was such a publicity stunt, drafting the hometown kid, drafting the guy that played for the Wildcats. Oh, what the heck? This kid's good. Just give him a second. Listen, the reason he's not on the field is not because of him. It's because of who's in front of him. That's all it is. I'm still giving him a B. Obviously, I'd like to give him an A, given he was a first-round pick, but haven't seen him enough, so that's all I can say. Just wait, though. FAU's time will come. It will come. Jerome Bunkers comes in with saying, any concerns with Vic Fangio's defense coming out and confusing the Chiefs early and often? Yes, because of the way the Chiefs have already kind of come out, and I'm not going to say gave away their game plan, because that's not what they did. But they hinted to what they're going to try and do, and that's take deep shots, and that's run the ball down their throat. And as much as I like that, Vic Fangio has the way of disguising his defenses, especially with the 4 linebackers, to try and basically kind of make you guess who's in coverage. That could be a tough thing. I will say this, get Melvin Ingram in coverage, you'll be just fine. No problem there. Tony Fuentes saying, forget Peacock, I'm here Sunday. Yes, sir, Tony. Yes, sir. I'm telling you what, come here, watch the game, And let's get going because the Chiefs are taking out the Dolphins Saturday night. And we're going to be here on Saturday, right here watching this game. If you're going to be there with us and you want the Chiefs to beat the Dolphins, then I'll tell you what, smash that like button right now. Hammer it home. Let's get 1,000 likes. We tried to get on the preview. We were so close. If you're here, you're liking this video right now. Hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. And it lets me know you're going to be there with us on Saturday. And on top of which, we know the Chiefs are beating the Dolphins. So hit that like button. Luca with another question saying, is it better to sign T. Higgins or take Odunze on the draft night? He could be between 10 and 15 pick. I think overall, if you could get Odunze, that's great. I would love to have him. The thing is, I almost feel like it wouldn't be worth giving up draft stock to go up to that 10 and 15 area. Because hopefully the Chiefs will be around the 30s in their picks. So I don't want to have to trade up and give away next year's first round, give away, somebody else to go get Odunze who isn't exactly proven just yet. Is he good? Does he have all the abilities to be great in the NFL? Yes. But T. Higgins is a proven wide receiver one in the NFL. I don't care what you say, he is wide receiver one on that Bengals squad. Unfortunately, they just have Jamar Chase, who is wide receiver one. So you have a 1.5 in T. Higgins. I'm telling you, if you have the chance on this, just go get T. Higgins. Don't waste the draft capital. Go get T. Ricky Roberts saying, who is someone you could see being a bigger part of the team in the playoffs? You kind of mentioned them. I really think there's two guys on defense that we weren't familiar with their game. The first one being one guy we've already talked about, FAU, Felix Duke-Ozoma. I think given what they saw in that Chargers game, they may be more willing to put him out there in some key situations because he was all over the ball. He knew what he was doing. And then one guy who has been really undervalued on this Chiefs team has been Jalen Watson, the cornerback who was in line to fill in for Rashee Sneed this past Sunday and did so amazingly. In fact, since week 13, his numbers have been insane. Also, you have Joshua Williams on the other side, on the cornerback side, who has also been playing amazing. Those two guys, if you were to ever have Rashee Sneed or Trent McDuffie on the sideline, those two guys have been playing stellar football as of late. I would like to see them play more. But more on the offensive side, I hate to say it, it may be Clyde time. I'm expecting to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire in a lot of different packages. As much as I hate to say it, I think he will be there. Next question comes in from TH saying, do you think Donovan Smith will be healthy? Yes, I think he will. Again, we're filming this on the Tuesday prior to the game. Obviously, you may be watching this on Friday, so he may be already cleared. But as of right now, the Chiefs are looking like he will be good to go. As today, Tuesday, Andy Reid said, barring any setbacks, Donovan Smith will be good to go this Saturday against the Miami Dolphins. So there you go. Especially with Wanya Morris in concussion protocol at this current time, you want to have Donovan Smith back because he is going to fill that role in the left tackle. You want to see him there. The Dean Duo saying, how do you think the Chiefs can stop the run, and what do you consider a weakness the Dolphins have, other than injuries? I think one of their weaknesses, even with the injuries, at least on the offensive side, because there's been a lot of injuries, is the inability to be an effective team without Tyreek Hill. Because if you take Tyreek Hill out of that team, there is a lot of things that can go wrong. You can focus more on the run. You can focus more on Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane. We saw it. They scored 14 points against the Chiefs the last time these two teams played in Germany. And that's because they took out Tyreek Hill. They were trying to throw screens to the guy, and that wasn't working. He fumbled the ball. I mean, you take Tyreek Hill out, you take this offense out. I got to be honest, Tua is good. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not. But he is way, way less when he does not have Tyreek Hill on the field. So that's their weakness. You take out Tyreek Hill, that offense is so much worse than with him. And Switzer saying, what do you think of Mike Edwards? I really love him when he played at the University of Kentucky. There you go. Shout out UK. Nice little wildcat there. Mike Edwards has been really one of the glue guys on this team. He was the guy who forced the fumble on Tyreek Hill that I just mentioned. And on top of which, I love Mike because since Brian Cook has been out, he's had to step up and play a more crucial role in that safety slot. And so he's gotten to do so with a lot of good guys. Him and Justin Reed really taking on the field. I like both of them. And Mike Edwards, keep playing your game, bro. You've been playing amazing. Boomer Miller saying, should we get rid of Matt Nagy next year? Yes. I don't care what the Chiefs do. They could score 40 in every game in the playoffs. I don't want Matt Nagy. I understand that his scheme has gotten better, but it's because they've had to cut the playbook in half, and he's just been a poison everywhere he's gone. The Bears, it didn't really work out there. Now with the Chiefs, their offense has had career lows over the past 4 years with pretty much everybody. It's just not exactly what I would like to see. Even if he does well in this postseason, I don't want to see him back. Now, I do hope the Chiefs get the Super Bowl. I still think they can. And if you think they can as well, hit that like button. I'd certainly appreciate it. As always, Chiefs Kingdom, we know we got faith in our Kansas City Chiefs. Lock it in with a like today. We appreciate you as always. Peace out. Noise. Ugh. How are we feeling, guys? How are we feeling?
I feel good.
You don't sound good.
It's not nice.
Well, it sounded fake.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have a rough, rugged American voice like yourself right now.
Yeah, I sound like freaking. I've been in the mines for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, you've been putting in work.
I have. I've been putting in the script work, getting this all ready to go.
It's a brave sacrifice we
I
must
know.
make, really.
I sit on the desk and I type stuff down and I talk about sports. It's really hard. That's why I totally went to college and was totally really hard.
I don't go to state.
All right, sooner. Ekoa saying my biggest concern is our wide receivers. I think so. TH saying a top free agent you want the Chiefs to sign, saying T. Higgins or Mike Evans. Like that. Oh, Tony wants to offer us some cake, man. I would love it too, but unfortunately.
Vanilla or chocolate cake?
Vanilla.
Yes,
Vanilla.
good answer.
Vanilla.
Good answer.
Vanilla. 100%.
That's the way to go.
I don't understand the chocolate one. I gotta be honest. Like, I like it, but when you have vanilla as an option, you don't go chocolate. Come on now. That's just stupid.
By the way, we can still hit a few questions here before we get out of here. Hashtag Chiefs to get in the line. You can skip the line with a super chat. Skip the quay. Get on the show.
I was about to say, I think that's the first time either of us had said line this entire season.
Yeah, probably. We're going to start with Terry Singleton.
Do you think Pat can give his trust back to the wide receivers? I wish I could see Sam's facial expression. That was one of the best facial expressions. That describes the Chiefs' season.
I think Travis Kelce might get 17 targets on Saturday.
See, I'm in the slot where I think Rashee Rice will get 15 screens. And
there's going to be a lot. I feel like there's going to be a lot of that behind the line of scrimmage stuff. Because they can't catch the ball downfield. Clearly, that's been proven.
Literally, in my opinion, here's what's going to happen. It's going to be first down, screen pass to Rashee Rice, or slant route to Travis Kelce. Second down, depending on first down, you run with Isaiah Pacheco. Third down, you take a deep shot if you're at the line, or if it's another first down after the second down, you take a deep shot. Like, it's just going to be deep shot, run, slant, post, or screen. That's all. That's the entire playbook.
Paul Amos, do me a quick favor. You've got hashtag spacebar Chiefs. Just all one word. Same with Ann Switzer right there. Darian Kennard and Mike Edwards. Hashtag Chiefs, all one word. I think, Jace, you're putting it in the chat right now, I'm guessing?
No. I was looking at that.
Oh, well, all one word.
Sorry.
That's just how we get it through our our comment filtering system so that we're able to get your question on the show.
I was making sure I had the right guy for Paul's question. But anyway, we're going to go to Tony's here. I was going to say, how can the Chiefs do better on offense Saturday to keeping the run going? I think it's that. They haven't been fully ever committed to the run. I mean, I don't know about you. You watched a lot of games, Sam, but it doesn't seem like there's been a game where they've said, you know what, Isaiah Pacheco, we trust you wholeheartedly. Hand off, pitch.
Funny enough, the last game I did was the one where Pacheco went off against. Why am I blanking on it right now?
Bengals.
It's the Bengals. Yes, last week. Sorry. We're like halfway through the week. That still counts as last week for me. But even then, he got the ball, 15, 16 times the first 3 quarters. They kind of got away from it towards the end. I think it has to be a more consistent focus. The Dolphins' front seven is banged up. Christian Wilkins is a dog. Everyone else is hurt.
Well, on top of which, if you have Justin Houston and Melvin Ingram trying to stop you, I have a good feeling. about Isaiah Pacheco running through that.
I like those odds. I like those odds.
Well,
yeah.
that's what I don't know if you weren't here with me yesterday, but I talked with a couple guys about this. If you can force Melvin Ingram in coverage, do that every single time. Because he got into coverage a couple of times against the Bills game.
It's funny.
Whichever side he gets on, put 2 receivers and Travis Kelce over there. You're forcing Ingram to cover Kelce. That's not going to work.
I was gonna say it's funny, like it really got to that point for Miami where they had no choice but to have him drop in coverage. A literal guy who's made his career off rushing the passer and nothing else. He's not great against the run, not great in coverage. He can rush the damn passer.
He can.
And so
1.5 sacks against the Bills.
The fact that he dropped into coverage multiple times on Sunday night tells you everything you need to know about how banged up the Dolphins are right now.
By the way, Luka,
it's not that he's not good. It's just that everyone else is hurt.
They just don't have anybody. Luka, I see it, man. I know you mentioned you're from Croatia, and obviously I did kind of forget about the whole time difference thing. So that does make sense why you aren't able to join some of the games. But
Luka, I've been sitting here, a little behind the scenes for you, sitting here during this live watching my favorite team, Chelsea, a bunch of nobodies, and they still lost.
They lost?
Yes, they suck. I hate my life. But
How's
Luka, let me
Arsenal
know if you've got a favorite club. We're also big Luka Doncic fans here in Dallas. Big Luka fans.
I'm an Arsenal
but that's
fan,
obviously
so
Slovenia, not Croatia.
I am going to go against Mr. Sam.
I like Luka Modric. There's soccer. There's Croatia.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say, isn't he Croatian? Is that the right word, Croatian?
Yes.
It is. It's okay. I just want to make sure.
Oh, see, yeah.
Real
He's a
Madrid.
Real Madrid
There you
fan.
go.
That's why.
There you go.
That explains a lot.
There you go. Sam Bank saying, how good can the linebacking core be? As good as they've been all season, man. They've been insane. You have Willie Gay, Drew Tranquil, Leo Chenal, and Nick Bolton all healthy at the same time. Good luck. Have fun. I've seen they've gone to playing the 3 linebacker set of Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, and Drew Tranquil instead of having Leo Chenal over on the right side. So I like that a lot. I think overall, I want to see more of Leo Chenal because he has been around the ball a lot when he's on the field. But we'll see what they kind of go with here. It's been a good rotation of majority Willie Gay and Nick Bolton, and then having Drew Tranquil and Leo Chenal going back and forth. The Dean duo. Do you think McCole Hardman and Rashee Rice will step up? Do you like how McCole Hardman played last week? I love how McCole played last week. Made some tough catches, played well, played hard, and I think overall they can really expose a bad Dolphins secondary that was bad even before injuries. It's just Jalen Ramsey, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait because I'm hoping and praying that Rashee Rice just burns Jalen Ramsey multiple times and L'Jarius Sneed can lock down Tyreek Hill because that'll prove my exact point on why exactly that L'Jarius Sneed was snubbed from the Pro Bowl and freaking Jalen Ramsey got it when he was injured for half the year and has nowhere near the stats of L'Jarius Sneed. Nowhere near it. Just stupid. Stupid. Paul Amos cut Embry. Embry, by the way, Connor Embry, I believe is who you're talking about, the wide receivers coach. Matt Nagy, Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, and MVS.
It's funny, cut a coach.
Yeah.
It's called firing him.
Yeah. We saw one of those today.
Fire him.
By the way, reaction to Mike Vrabel getting fired. Wild.
He's such a patriot.
Oh, such a patriot. 100%. Such a patriot.
Always has been. It was meant to be.
As soon as, what's funny is I just don't understand why they didn't trade him. That's kind of the funny thing.
What's funny is that the Patriots spent this whole time gassing up Gerard Mayo as, and giving him a big raise and trying to keep him on the team. And I don't know if he sticks around if they just decide to hire Vrabel instead.
So I saw something that kind of was intriguing. The Patriots keep Belichick. And they hire Mike Vrabel as the GM.
As the GM?
I'm like, I don't know how that would go because he wants control.
What, I don't think I.
Because Bill Belichick said he was willing to give up control, and Mike Vrabel wants more control.
Yeah, but I think Vrabel wants to coach.
Well, that's my thing.
Vrabel's a football. He is the football guy.
Well, see, what would be funny is they talked to Bill and said, "Hey, what if you stayed with us and became the DC, and we made Mike Vrabel the head coach?"
I think at that point he'd get a job elsewhere. I think he'd still want to be a head coach. That's a
tough situation because
think about the narrative around that too.
Correct.
Like if he gets demoted to end his career in New England,
yeah, that'd be tough.
That's not a good look for him.
Yeah, it's just waiting the day so they fire Belichick and then Mike Vrabel. Congrats. It's gonna be literally fire Belichick next day. Vrabel's the head coach. Everybody, congratulations. so
I don't know if you saw, but like a little OU, OSU, whatever, college football talk. OU fired their DC, hired a new DC later that afternoon.
Yeah, that's about what's
One of
gonna
those.
happen. That's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. Boomer Miller saying, should we get the $80 million back from JT? JT? Am I blanking here? Jawan Taylor. Yes. Yeah, dude, homeboy does not deserve that money.
You're better off taking that money and just setting it on fire.
You're better off making that money false start because that's all he does. I will say, since week 9, we have talked about him so much less than we did in the beginning of the year.
And that's a good thing.
Correct. You do not, if you're an offensive lineman, your goal is to not be noticed at all. If we don't say your name once in the season, you're doing a good job, bro. You're doing a good job. I don't have to talk about you at all. Tony Fuentes, another question saying, my keys to victory. 1 key, the run game. 2 key, keep. Mahomes cooking, protect him. And 3, pass. I love it. I think those are great keys. What was your key, Sam? You pick 1 key of the game. You're not going to be with us Saturday, too.
I know. I'm sad. I'm sad. So the thing they got,
Chiefs just have to keep winning.
it's because they got me working Saturday afternoon. So this is a little bit of the perk of a little thing called seniority.
Yeah, you don't do
It's
Saturday
not
night
working,
game.
not working nights.
Hey, here's the good thing. That just means the Chiefs have to keep winning so that we can get in their game.
I do want to be back on. Like I don't know if some people from Chiefs Kingdom remember last year. I was on the Chiefs Report postseason run then and the Super Bowl run then, and it was a blast.
Okay, so if we lose, it's because Sam wasn't with us.
Sure, I mean I'll take the blame. That's on me. That's on me.
But I like that. Anyways, what's your key to victory? I kind of cut you off.
Yeah, thank you for that. My key to victory. Xavier Howard is out in this game.
Yes. Well, not confirmed yet.
Not
but most
confirmed,
likely.
but I think he
99%.
not playing.
99%.
Attack that other corner. I think it's Eli Apple. Eli Apple, if my memory serves me
It's
correctly.
going to be Jalen Ramsey.
certified,
Eli Apple.
certified bum. Certified
Especially in
bum.
the postseason.
Especially in the postseason.
He gets burnt.
The Chiefs know. The Chiefs know from his time with the
Bengals.
Bengals. Expose Eli Apple. Key to the game.
I forgot about Eli Apple. That's kind of hilarious.
Can we get that? I'm going to get that on a graphic here soon.
Yeah.
Maybe. Expose Eli Apple.
Bro, that's tomorrow's show. Expose Eli Apple. That's the headline. Oh, my gosh. We'll go with one more question here from Sam Bank saying, is this the best defense in the Steve Spagnuolo era? 1,000%. 1,000%. I don't know of anybody else who has been able to turn this defense into what it's been besides Coach Spags. So, that's the way it is. Also, wanted to say it because he's looking at his phone. Tammy tells Sam to stop working so many hours. So, if Tammy says so, you gotta.
If only it were so simple. I'll say that much. Yeah, it's a busy football season. Funny enough, on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I'm here a couple hours before anyone else walks through the door. If I'm lucky, on Monday mornings, I beat the cleaning ladies in. Shout out to Philippa and Jennifer. Very nice people. Great conversations. But those days are pretty much behind us now. So I should be back around every Tuesday for live at least, and we can go from there. I miss Chiefs Kingdom, that's for sure.
Ethan, sounding a bit better. Yeah, we're getting there, my guy. We're getting there. And Switzer saying, what do you think of Patrick Mahomes? I think he's the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. This may piss a little people off. I still think he has a little bit to go to become the GOAT, but he is definitely baby GOAT. I can say that. He has earned that right because he has done so much. But if he can take another team, people talk about this year, oh, well, Tom Brady did it with wide receivers you couldn't name. True, but who did the Chiefs have last year? Juju Smith-Schuster? Not much better. So, I don't know, man. I think it's a little bit of a bad debate to say he's had not good wide receivers this year, and so that's why he can't be the GOAT anymore, when last year the only different guy he had was freaking Juju. So, kind of a bad take. But I still love Patrick Mahomes. Luca, my guy, saying, for fun, pick one player that will surprise the playoffs and be a hero. Somebody that nobody expects to do anything. Can I be biased here, Luca? Can I be biased?
Wait, can I try and guess it?
Oh, you know it. You know him. You know I'm going to say him.
Do I? Is it FAU?
No.
Wait, what?
I'm thinking league wide on this one.
League wide. Oh, I know exactly who he says.
Mason Rudolph,
Oh
the
my God.
Steelers.
That's why he thinks they're going to beat the Bills.
They're going to beat the Bills, and then they're going to
That's
beat
the only
the
reason
Ravens.
why.
But I will say, once Mason comes to Arrowhead for the AFC Championship, the Arrowhead
L.
Invitational, it's going to be an L for him because
I'm
Patrick Mahomes is gonna take
saying
him out.
11 sacks, I'm thinking.
Oh.
11 sacks when he comes to Arrowhead.
Yeah, I will say Mason does.
He's
he
going to
takes
look
a lot of sacks.
He's gonna lose a couple of years off when he comes to Arrowhead.
He already has lost a couple of years. I got to be honest.
The
You've seen his
helmet
plays.
smash.
It's been bad.
The helmet smash. He's lost a couple of
man.
years.
Oh, and then when he got knocked down in that Ravens game.
It's a violent sport.
But here's the thing. I think if you're a Chiefs fan, forget bias out of the way. I also want the Steelers to win because I don't want to face the Bills. I don't want to see them. That's just not fun. I don't want to see them again. If you can't tell me you do not want to play the Steelers in the AFC Championship game. That'd be so much nicer than having to play the Ravens or Bills.
I would walk in with my eyes closed.
Oh, 100%. I'd walk in like, we won. We're going to Super Bowl. Somehow we did it. I don't know how. We're here. Anyway, it'd be funny. But Chiefs-wise, I definitely think somebody who is going to surprise McCole Hardman. I think McCole's going to be a beast.
Insert wide receiver
Insert
two
wide
here.
receiver.
It's got to be somebody. It's got to be
Yeah.
somebody.
I swear, if it's MVS or Kadarius Toney, I may just fall down and die if they do anything. I will say, though, if you win the game for the Chiefs, like get them to the Super Bowl, nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to remember about your drops this year. So, it's whatever. Sam Bank, another question here, saying, can any wide receiver inspire confidence other than Rice? McCole. One, because he's been on this team before. He knows the playoffs runs. Two, why did I do two? 1, 2, is because overall he had a good game to end the season, and I think he is a guy who can come in and just light a spark. He has the energy. Him and Richie James are good friends. Oh, that's another one. Richie James could go off. He's been underused, but he's also been injured. So, insert wide receiver, I think, is the right word. I would bet on McCole Hardman and Richie James now. Speaking of betting, Sam, you got any good bets this weekend you looking at?
I have not perused the market just yet. I could give you. How about early thoughts on the spreads?
I like that. Y'all got any fun things? Ethan, Rashee is playing. Voice is getting there.
Let's see here. I do like the Browns on the road. I think you said you liked Cleveland too, or did you say you like Cleveland there? I think they're the better football team overall. I don't like betting on rookies in the playoffs.
I will
it
say,
just gives me pause.
The only thing that makes me a little concerned about that, did you see the C.J. Stroud clip last night?
No, what do you say?
So he was on College Game Day, and I forget who it was. I don't think it wasn't Kirk, it wasn't Reese. Maybe it was one of the Pat McAfee guys. It probably was. And he said that basically, so y'all got no shot, right? Like, it was Stephen A. Smith.
Like he was
earlier
just setting him up
basically
to.
that. And C.J. Stroud goes, we got no shot, in like a questioning manner. And they were like, yeah. And he goes, okay. Just like, it was very like, all
Very
right, fine.
nonchalant-ish
Yeah.
of-
It was
okay.
like, we got no shot? Okay.
I will say I don't like the sound of that.
No, that's the thing.
We've got Colin in the room right now. It was on Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee, is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's
is
the
that,
clip,
or that's
though.
just a different video.
That's definitely the clip, though. It's a good clip, man.
I definitely don't like the
That's-
sound of that. I'll
that's
say
the
that
only
much
thing that
because
makes me think Texans.
That's the type of thing that everybody with a pulse puts on Twitter after the Texans pull off what is actually an upset because the Browns are favored in this one very
Good
slightly.
question. Do you
Good
think it
answer.
was a mistake to sit Joe Flacco this week?
No, not necessarily. They literally could not move up or down. I get the whole playoff rust thing, sure. It's different if
Given
you're
his
like
age.
it's different if you're the Ravens, who are literally gonna have 3 weeks. 1 week, I think he's fine. If anything, I'm willing to bet he still isn't fully set with the playbook.
Oh,
this gives him an extra week to an extent. You're not preparing for a specific opponent. You're just studying up the playbook.
We've seen it from the Josh Dobbs Insanity run. Sometimes learning the playbook is not so good.
True. Joe Flacco is a much more proven quarterback than Josh Dobbs.
But it's just kind of funny.
It was a fun story. Okay, so Browns -2.5 I like. Chiefs -4, obviously.
Obviously. -4 now?
I think it's -4.
Oh, it was -3.5.
We'll have to update the graphic. I think I like Steelers +10. They're on the road. That just feels like a wonky, like 21-16. Bills squeak by, but don't
I agree.
Don't play their best game. The Bills haven't lost in 6 weeks.
They're not going to lose, but they're not going to win by 20 or anything like that.
Yeah. So I like the Steelers to cover +10 on the road. Packers, Cowboys, just give me all the points. Just give me all the points in the world. And
All the Cowboys
ride.
fans are concerned. I think the Cowboys will win.
I think the Cowboys will win. I think the Packers could cover, but the Cowboys should win that game.
I agree. Packers cover. Cowboys win.
I think the Lions spoil Matthew Stafford's homecoming.
Yeah.
I think they do.
Oh, yeah.
I think they cover big.
I will say.
I think they cover big.
I'm a big Chiefs Kingdom
They're
guy.
-3 right now. I think they win by like double digits.
I'm a big Chiefs Kingdom guy, but I would love to see a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl. Imagine the first game of the year being the last game of the year.
That would be
so much fun.
the most beautiful bow.
That'd be the best thing ever.
Ultimate. That's the ultimate. This league is scripted.
Oh, that's literally the 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. It's gonna be this is stupid. This is the most scripted thing ever.
The one that gives me pause is the Eagles being favored by 3 after looking like the most fraudulent playoff team of the century for the last month and a half.
So I gotta be honest. I said it earlier to you. I like Eagles.
Like this does naturally. I'm going to root for Baker. I'm going to root for the Bucks. It screams get right game for Philadelphia.
Exactly. I think the Eagles
win.
win.
But again, we talked about this earlier in the show. Like we've said, the Chiefs have had multiple get right games this season. The Eagles have had get right games for a month. They played the Giants last week. Tyrod Taylor got hurt. Tommy DeVito went in. Tommy DeVito started to get hurt. Tyrod Taylor went back in with a broken finger and still won, or whatever it was in his hand. I don't know. Maybe not broken. Sorry,
it was injured. I don't know if it was broken.
But like
Jalen Hurts had a broken finger.
The Eagles were literally the first team I saw in 30 years or so that started a season 10-1 and finished with less than 12 wins.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen?
I saw, yeah.
And they lost again. Let's go the rundown of their last 6 games. Niners, good team. Cowboys, good team. Seahawks, kind of frauds. Had to squeak by the Giants a few weeks ago.
At home, by the way.
The damn Cardinals. The Cardinals, like really? And then the Giants.
The Cowboys also lost.
And then the Giants, they were down 24-0 before they even woke up.
Remember when the Giants lost to the Cardinals and everybody thought, what in the world?
Yeah, I mean...
Wait, hold on. Did the Cardinals beat the Commanders?
The Cardinals...
Because they played the NFC East.
I don't know off the top of my head.
If they beat the Commanders, they went 4-0.
They lost the Commanders in the season opener of 2016. They beat the Cowboys. They lost to the Giants.
Oh, they did.
So they lost.
That's right, the comeback.
They literally played 3 NFC East teams to start the season. They lost to the Commanders in Week 1. Yep, the comeback against the Giants in Week 2.
That's right.
Beat the Cowboys in Week 3 with Joshua Dobbs, and then obviously beat the Eagles with Kyler.
What a season! What a season! All right, well, I see the question. We'll do this real quick and we'll head out of here. We'll do predictions for wildcard games. We'll answer Sam Bake's question. So we kind of did it there, but we'll kind of go through it. First one, we'll just go with this. Chiefs, Dolphins. I'm saying Chiefs. You with it on that, Sam?
Yes.
Okay. Packers, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I'm
going to go Packers cover.
Lions versus Matt Stafford's return.
Lions big.
Lions by 30. Eagles, Bucks.
I'm going Bucks.
Eagles. Mixed opinions there.
We're rooting for Baker.
Bills, Steelers.
Bills, but it's going to be closer than the spread.
Heart says Bills, but says Steelers. Mine says Bills, unfortunately. And then you got the Browns, Texans.
I both like the Browns.
Like the Browns.
I wouldn't be surprised if CJ Stroud did it. After you told me that video, I am less confident.
That's the least confident game that I have. I'm Browns, but that's the least confident one I have.
I think Eagles Bucks is the least confident. Like I want Baker. I want Baker to win so bad.
See, I'm Eagles, and so that's why I'm a little more. I'm confident.
That's gonna be weird for you. You're gonna watch 2 Oklahoma quarterbacks go at it against each other.
What are you talking about? Jalen's an Alabama quarterback.
He got his degree from Oklahoma.
Oh, he played more at Alabama. He played 1 year at Oklahoma. Whatever. And did I miss a game? There's one on the one on the.
No, we got them all.
Yeah, we got them all 6 games.
Good for us.
Good for us. And then Sam Big, let's answer this question. Let's head out of here. How can the Chiefs run the ball more effectively? Teams are stopping the Chiefs run and Chiefs run game regularly with light boxes. Just commit to it more. Got to be honest. You got to commit to it. Just being able to go out there and force yourself in there to say, listen, we know that Pacheco's going to take a second, but get it. Pacheco has shown multiple times. I kind of compare him to Derrick Henry. Not in the sense of the body type or the way he runs, but Derrick Henry, his first 5 runs of the game usually aren't the greatest. But after that, homeboy kicks off. That's exactly what Pacheco does. First 5 runs, it's just get right runs. It's just get right runs. I know there's little people who are going to get this. Same thing that happened with the Oklahoma State running back, the Doak Walker Award winner, Ollie Gordon. First 5-10 runs, not the greatest. After that, went off, just like Isaiah Pacheco did. Hey, who won the Bedlam game, Sam? That's right, Oklahoma State, so shut your mouth. Luca, we got a question coming in here saying, should the Chiefs bring Frank Clark back just to make CJ happy and hope he will play him better? I think yes. It doesn't hurt. Get the spot open. You don't have Brian Cook. Just bring back Frank Clark. Put him on the bench. He's not going to do anything. If it's going to make CJ play, if it's going to stop having him do this, fine. And heck, who knows? Maybe if you bring back Frank Clark, you sign him next year to a cheap deal, you are able to then hopefully maybe retain CJ for a little bit cheaper price, little hometown discount. I don't know. We'll see. But we appreciate it. But as always, I think we'll end it on that one. I think we're good on there. Ethan, we kind of said this earlier. My Super Bowl prediction is Chiefs Lions. That's what I want. That's what I'm gonna predict. So, will you like that? But
I'm gonna go Chiefs. Screw it. Let's go Chiefs Cowboys.
Oh, did you see the conspiracy theory?
That's like America's Super Bowl.
You see the conspiracy theory?
With the colors and stuff.
They released an alternate logo.
An alternate one.
It's blue and red.
Oh my goodness. Wait, what's the original one? Purple and red.
Purple and red. So it was Ravens and Niners, and they released an alternate one. It's blue and red. So now people are saying Cowboys.
I'm legitimately gonna put $10 on both of those.
Yes. Yes. Let's go. I like it. All right. Well, we've enjoyed talking to y'all for over an hour now, and getting close to an hour and a half. I appreciate all of y'all. Tammy Jackson, Ty Fly, Lennon, and then Chad Jameson. All super amazing, super chatting. We'll make sure you're in line to win. Obviously, it's bubble wrapped, but you can kind of see it a little bit. Little signed, engraved picture.
See if you can get up close and personal. See if they can actually see it.
I can't really see
you can't
it.
see any of it. You can't see the picture
It's not
at all.
that hard. I need to wrap it up a better way anyway. There we go. Y'all are the leaders right now. There we go. Look at that.
That's pretty sweet.
So the leader right now is Ty Fly, right? 11, 26.
Yes.
Yes.
It starts today. You're saying?
Yeah, we'll start it today. I made that deal.
Yeah, we got Ty Fly in the lead.
Ty Fly will be in the lead when we come on live on Saturday, and that's the next time we'll see y'all. So, yeah, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Thanks to Sam. Thanks to Cullen in the studio having a good time with us. So we appreciate all y'all hanging out. And, yeah, that does it. For Sam, I'm Jace. We will see y'all in the next one, and we'll see you on Saturday. Peace out.